Yo, what is good everyone? Welcome back to another video. It is your boy Bud, and today is the day. We have HD AFL 23 gameplay, along with a few other things, but we finally have it 6 days out from initial launch. So before we get into it, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you are new, and yeah, let's get straight into it right now. So first of all, if you haven't seen the video, head over to Caden McDonald. He was lucky enough to get into the studio and play the game, and this is what we will be analyzing for today. So first things first, he did take us through the play now menu, which looks the exact same as it did in the pre-demo. The player manager, so we went through a few players. We can see Christian Petrarca looks elite, which you would expect since he is the cover star. We also see Clayton Oliver got his man bun done up, so that face scan was updated. If you can remember or not, pretty well, Clayton Oliver, his face scan was horrendous in the pre-demo mode, if that's what you want to call it. We're going to stick with that for now, but he was, looking terrible. Didn't even look like Clayton Oliver. Anyway, we go through, so we got Lever. Brayshaw has his helmet. Angus Brayshaw has his helmet in the game, which is a small detail, but looks very, very good. And then we see all the other players in the D's list going through, and obviously their face scans have been done as well. And graphically, this game is going to be phenomenal. The best AFL graphical game we have ever had. And hands down, we can see that already through the play models. He goes back in, so we go to Collingwood. We see Darcy Moore. His hair's flopping around, whatever you want to call it. It's moving around, which is a cool effect. We see the other Collingwood boys. So Jeremy House, steel side bottom. Thank goodness he does not have a full head of hair. Otherwise, it would have been questioning a lot of things. He goes down. We see Jack Ginnivan with his blonde hair, short hair, but blonde tips. And it does look like Ginnivan. We can notice that the AFL print is not in the numbers. I know we know it's going to be in the game, but for this, it's not there. We also see Nick Dacos with his slick cut and looks very good as well. He then goes through some of the playing kits, so we're not going to go too much into that. If you haven't already seen them all, then head over to my previous videos. I have gone through all the AFL Guernseys that will be available in the game. And then he quickly touches base, so I want to go back. So we got some of the North players, which look elite as well. But he specifically goes to Harry Sheezel, who scan, what more else can I say? They look very good. We see all the stadiums, so we have the main stadium, we have all stadiums, and then custom stadiums. So when you can design your own custom stadiums, they will show up in that category there. We have a lot of the state local arenas or venues, and we see a few nice pan shots of the ovals here, including Icon Park. But yeah, we have Casey Fields, Box Hill, to name a few. So yeah, overall, we just have a lot of variety, which is very good in its own. And here we go, some finally official gameplay we have in good quality as well. So you see the umpires walking out here. We have a few nice cut scenes. Interesting enough, top left-hand corner, the MCG scoreboard has no screen. Whether that shows in the game, we'll find out. But even when the players run out here, the crowd sounds elite. I'm not going to do it in here because I don't want to be talking over chaos, but if you haven't seen it, like I said, go listen to it. But the atmosphere sounds a lot better in this game than what it has in previous games. As the boys run out through the banner, you can hear their team songs playing, which is awesome. And I like the nice different camera angles to create a bit of reality to it. You're not just on the one camera angle as they all run out. Here's a coin toss. I wonder if that bloke tossing the coin is going to be different each time or not. That'll be interesting to find out. As well as the umpires. Umpires scanned in, look good. Luke Parker wins the toss and selects to go right of screen. And the boys going into the huddle. A bit of a rev up here. Get a few close-up shots and a few bumps and pushes before the game starts, which you love to see. Then here we go. Interesting, this cutscene here is very interesting. So the two ruckmen pretty much go eye to eye as the umpire holds the ball up. I don't mind it, get around that. And here we are, some actual gameplay. So the spoiling I've noticed looks very good. He has a shot on goal. This bloody cutscene right here. Here we go. This cutscene right here, Warner, look how smooth that looks. That looks so smooth. And then there's a little bit of clunkiness between his celebration, but the actual kicking animation in itself, beautiful. Well done there. Some of the footage is a lot stop-start, but we'll analyze what we can. So nice intercept mark, switch kick out to the halfback flank, And when he takes off, it's a little bit momentum like, I suppose. A nice mark in front there, handball over, and he gets run down, but he gets the hands out. Obviously Kados doesn't really know how to play this game, but we can notice the ball hangs in the air for quite some time. This passage of play here I really like. So he has a mark, he plays on, gets a lot of speed bursting away. We can see the stamina bar going down in the top left. Holmes kicks it inside 50. Tomahawk collects it on the bounce, so the ball just sort of sits up. He gets the ball, and on the replay here, it looks very smooth as well. He just like chips it through a goal. You wouldn't just torp it through there, or some players would, but the actual animation looks very nice there. Chris Scott giving the address at quarter time, and his scan is very good. Then we have playing in, so it's interesting when he plays on here. I was wanting to know if that one-step kick in that goes about 60 meters, whether that was going to be in the game or not. I guess we won't see it in this video, but he plays on with Tui, and then he goes out to the 50. The ball does hang in the air for a little bit, gets a nice mark on the halfback flank. Then he asks here how to do a torpedo, and when he does a torpedo, you do notice the ball hangs a lot longer in the air. As you can see, the Sydney player has plenty of time to get across. Doesn't get there, he plays on, does a interesting handball, and the Swans are out the other way. That spoil there though, in the middle of the ground where the Geelong player, I believe it's Isaac Smith, comes across and spoils. Well done, Big Ant, on that. That looks very realistic. It's sort of like, best way I can describe it, it doesn't look animation based. It looks like you can impact the contest from wherever you are, as long as you're in the right spot, which I really like. So that animation there is probably one of the best animations I've seen from this video. We go into half time. This is a nice cutscene. So the boys, some of the Geelong boys got their heads down. The Sydney boys up and about. You can tell by their reactions here. And then we go into the halftime rooms. I don't really need to say much here, but this is extra touches that you don't expect, but when they're in the game, they make it so much better. Anyway, we're back out into the half. Zach Tui wins the footy, does a switch kick, pushes back off the mark, and when he takes off, I don't know, Jack Henry, man, he's just that quick. So yeah, I suppose he does that. Brad Close takes a nice mark. He kicks it up to the half forward. Holmes is there, and he pushes back. And just a general movement, you see there's a lot of Geelong players free. As you can see here, you can switch it inside to Stanley. Not that he meant it, but there is a lot of room to play around. And you see the Geelong boys even running out the back. Whether that's a tactical issue by the Swans or not, I guess we'll find out. But there seems to be a lot of space. This animation here, though. This animation here, let's go back for a sec. This animation here, so Stanley kicks it out to the half forward flank. Duncan, I don't know what that is. It's sort of like a fend off. He goes to kick it, but then just, I don't know. That needs to go though. That does not look good at all. He just sort of like freezes and jolts backwards. And the kick just is sort of like a shank. I don't know. Don't know what else to explain that. That doesn't look good at all, that one. But we'll move on. So we go into more of a replay. Yeah, he's in the replay view here. So Viney, he's playing as the D's against North. And he shows off a bit of the evading mechanics. So obviously the spin doesn't really do much. Then that shrug off tackle looks quite effective actually, and it's very realistic. You do have that occur during the game where they sort of just brush you off your hip. And then a bit of, I don't know, I don't know what's going on here, but Clary, that's a weird evasion if that is so there. They're sort of like wrestling each other, but he's got the pill in his right arm. Anyway, we'll go by that. There's going to be bugs in the game, which we do expect, but it just looks quite funny. But the kick at goal looks very good, especially from behind. That actually looks really good, I will say. And then the celebration. He has a set shot with Oliver from beyond 50, really. And we do see, actually, so I just want to quickly touch the top left-hand screen. So the MCG screen will be active, not just a black screen. He shanks that kick, goes down to Petrarca. Petrarca follows up. It was actually fist by Pickett, but Petrarca follows up and kicks a nice sausage roll. I was meant to mention this early in the video. So They do have the moving digital screen as sponsors on the side of the ground, which is good. I thought they were just a standstill from the photos. I know it's hard to tell by the photos, but the way they were set up with the lines between the sponsors, it sort of looked like stationary sponsors, but I'm glad they are moving around digitally. Tom McDonald shanks it from 50. We have Jaden Stevenson lining up. I don't know if this is his unique run up or not, but it's a beautiful kick and it slots straight through the goal. And the reaction from the AI here, in the sense of, you know, you've kicked a goal as soon as it comes off the boot, unless it's going to like really come close to hitting the post. But there was a bit to take in there. Obviously that's our first look at some HD gameplay. Still a lot of issues, but nonetheless the game does look pretty bloody good. So yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you are new, and I'll see you guys in the next one.